In this video, I will talk about the French middle school reform. For over a decade, French students have been getting worse at subjects like French, mathematics, and history. This time, the French government believes that the key to solving this problem is to reform the lower secondary education, which the French call it collège. Collège in French means middle school, which includes the grades 6, 7, 8, and 9. And yes, 9th grade in France is still considered middle school. Najavala Belkinson, the French education minister during the time, came up with a new reform. This reform includes cutting back Latin and Greek classes, dropping the bilingual classes, practical interdisciplinary teaching, changes in history teaching. Head teachers can now decide 20% of the curriculum, and replacing grades with competences. The purpose of the reform is to make the curriculum more interesting and fun to learn, and end the growing inequality and elitism in education, so students from different backgrounds can have equal chances of succeeding. Although the intentions of the reform are good, the reform itself has caused much controversy. The cutting back of Latin and Greek might save students from distractions from their core subjects, but it might cost Latin and Greek teachers their jobs. No wonder they will march to protest against this reform. There are roughly 488 French schools in 130 different countries. These international French schools will not choose to drop their bilingual classes as they are a major attraction to enrollment, not to mention that they are useful and necessary. For example, qualified students in French schools in China can choose to take bilingual classes in either Chinese or English, both essential to living in China. Practicing interdisciplinary teaching would mean that teachers will work together to collaborate into teaching the same topic across the different subjects. This will help the students see more relevance amongst the subjects. However, there's also the fear of losing teaching time for each individual subject and create unnecessary competition between teachers. But the right wing in France are afraid that too much of the Christianity topics are replaced by the Islamic topics, as the latter have become required and the former optional. Since France was a Catholic country for thousands of years, this will mean that a great section of its history will be understated. Giving head teachers the freedom to manage 20% of the curriculum means that more autonomy is given to schools to allocate their teaching time. This will be great if teachers have constant meetings and agree on what topics to teach. On the other hand, if any of the subject teachers or even all the teachers disagree, the head teacher still has all the power to decide. This can be dangerous as the head teacher might act as a dictator for that 20% curriculum. The French primary education has long been using competences as a form of assessing students' abilities. Now this has expanded to the middle school education as well. For example, during a specific test, students do not get a single score. Instead, they are evaluated based on their specific skills, such as to add or subtract whole numbers, give detailed answers in writing, and so on. Each competence is evaluated using colors. The dark green with a plus sign indicates our achievement in that ability. The regular green means the ability is attained. Yellow means partially attained, and red means not attained or failed. On the downside, students might be too stress-free. There is less motivation for average students to improve. Also, there is no one universal way of assessing a test. It is all subjective to individual teachers and many times causes confusion and stress for the teachers themselves. Two teachers may assess the same competence with different standards. Currently, it seems like the reform has not been 100% reinforced yet, especially that now there is a new Minister of Education. Some schools have already implemented some of these changes, while others have not. It will be up to the new minister to decide if any changes need to be made to this reform.
Created using Powtoon.